Hey, and welcome to the Campfire. Now today is going to be yet again another day for some Japanese studying. I had a very weird day today. So, as some of you may have known, I started off the end of last year being disabled in a life-threatening accident. I spent all of this year kind of coming to terms with my new life after having everything changed and losing everything, and now I am at the point where I have finished coping with having lost my full ableness, coming to terms with my new disability, my new existing life, and spent the last 5 to 6 months learning how to let go of an old lifestyle and old life. I am quite literally entering a new era in my life right now, and I'm currently still in the middle of the transition period. This entire year will be the transition period, I think. I have a better grasp on myself now, and my identity is slowly coming back to me, because before, a lot of my identity came from the life I was living, but I no longer live that life. So once I lost that entire lifestyle and I ended up with nothing left, I really struggled with seeing who I was and what goals I wanted to have for my life and how to move forward. But I have managed to not only give myself a structure in my life. I was unaware that ads are being played again. But yeah, I was unaware of how to move forward with my life, but I have found a way to provide structure. I am slowly regaining control of my life. The accident and the trauma is no longer taking control of my entire life. I am gaining freedom again in my emotional aspect of my life and kind of just physically in my life. In my career before the accident, I was a chef, and I have been in the food restaurant industry as a manager for up to 15 years. And today was the first day I picked up a knife again with my non-dominant hand. I was right-handed, but my right hand is the one that was disabled. And I started cooking again today. Today was the first time I have cooked and chefing using a knife. I am beginning my journey again. I am beginning to live my life again. And I am beginning to pick myself up again. I was really struggling with everything, but I think I'm able to properly move forward with my life now. After I have finished cooking, I think that was a big emotional and mental toll on me, because I was very excited that I was able to properly cook. Because my food tasted good. I was very excited. I took pictures. It's on my Instagram page. I don't know if any of you guys know I have an Instagram page, but my socials are in the descriptions. All forms of contact are in the description of all of my YouTube videos. And my personal, well, I wouldn't say my personal, but the Instagram page related to this channel is there. You guys can check it out and see just kind of my scrapbook and my daily life. I am moving through life. I am moving forward, and I am setting goals, and I am progressing towards said goals. I have stopped looking back so often, and I am no longer stuck in the past, which is very important, because I was constantly living in the bliss of my happiest memories, and that was constantly stunting me. But now that I finally let go, I'm finally able to properly grow into something that is no longer bound by the past, which is very important. Because if you're just bound by the past, you're bound to make the same mistakes and you're bound to repeat the same patterns, no matter how toxic it is and you know how unhealthy those patterns are for your life. If you're bound by shackles of your past, those unhealthy habits will stay and stick. If you want to get rid of unhealthy parts of your life, you need to drastically change something about your life. I struggled a lot with substance abuse, large majority of my life, because of my work environment. Working in a restaurant is very taxing. It's very stressful. It is incredibly hard on your mind and body. So a lot of people turn to chemical buffers. I was just like a kid when the first time I had a coworker offer me a cigarette. I was 16. It was my first job. And then that was just a slippery slope ever since. I took multiple breaks, and it helped me develop the mindset of, oh my god, I can quit whenever I want because these breaks are so easy for me. Like, it was a willpower thing. Like, I can quit whenever I want, which is why I always kept going back to it. Because in my mind, I'm just like, yeah, I've quit it before, multiple times, like long breaks, like 3 to 6 months at a time breaks. So I was always just like, yeah, I can quit whenever I want. But I ended up never quitting. Because in my past, I was always able to just take a break whenever I wanted. Why is Duolingo not moving forward? Hello? Oh, okay. And that was an old life I lived. So I'm gonna do katakana and hiragana. Today's gonna be a long day. I had today off. But yeah, I was kind of getting to the point of where I was at right before I actually clicked record. It's a long story. I ended up getting a really bad headache after I finished cooking. Chime. And I'm unsure why, because it felt like I was having a panic attack from a trauma episode after I finished cooking and eating. And I'm unsure why, because I was very happy the entire time I was cooking, and I was very happy when I was eating. But after I finished eating, I got like a really bad headache and my head felt really numb. So I went to go lay down in bed for a little bit and kind of just scrolled on my phone. And then, like, my brain melted. Like, it genuinely felt like I just had a panic attack, a really bad one. I immediately KO'd, not like on the spot. And when I woke up, I had a really bad headache, and I have no idea why, but it felt awful. Like, emotionally, I was very lost. Physically, I was very beat up. So I just got up, I'm just like, why am I feeling like this? And then I got up, and now I'm here, talking about what my life was like before the accident, and my substance abuse. The cigarette started at 16, that's when the nicotine started. The alcohol started when I started working at bars at 18. Because as a manager, you need to know the menu, you need to understand the alcohol, otherwise you can't sell it to customers if you don't understand the alcohol. And I had an issue of, being an 18-year-old manager trying to sell alcohol to people. So people would look at me and be like, you don't know what you're talking about, kid. Like, you should not be trying to sell me alcohol. So I had to completely change my outside appearance. I pretty much looked like an old person, as like a 19-year-old, to be able to do my job properly, so people wouldn't judge me. Because in that industry, age is everything. Experience is everything. The older you are, the wiser you are, the more people are willing to listen and buy things, because they know you understand. Age is everything. Age is wisdom. Age is power. But of course, not everyone grows when they age. Some people stay a kid forever when they age. And some kids, some younger people are a lot older than their age. So it's kind of weird, right? Like, I was a 19, 20-year-old managing a bunch of 30, 40-year-olds who couldn't stay on top of themselves, and I had to treat them like teenagers. They wouldn't show up to work on time, they'd miss random days, they'd work awfully, they wouldn't work right, they wouldn't listen sometimes. It was very odd. And a lot of the mentality came from me being young. So when I completely changed my appearance to look a lot older, my life was a lot easier. Hello, Anya. Anaya. However you say your name, I'm sorry, I'm bad with pronunciation. I'm okay, how are you? I am currently in the middle of my Japanese studying, and welcome in, traveler. Welcome into the campfire. I hope you're doing well today. I was currently opening up about my past and how I was feeling today. You're doing pretty good? That's good, that's good. I was just telling a story about how I used to manage a bunch of bars as a kid, and how my appearance affected how I was able to do my job. So I had to make myself look a lot older than I actually was by growing out, more hair, speaking a lot tougher, acting a lot tougher than I wanted. And I had to keep my appearances to something I did not enjoy. I am currently changing all of that because that life is behind me. So I am in a drastic shift in my life. Josh. Oops. Josh. Oh. Your voice is so sad, what happened? Oh. I don't mean for it to be sad, but I did wake up feeling really bad not too long ago. And I guess I'm feeling sad because I'm a little melancholic. My life has been pretty rough overall. But to sum things up, I started this year off having a really bad life-threatening accident, and I lost everything in my life. So I am, by the exact definition, starting over from the very beginning with $0, 0 cents, and nothing to my name. So I am currently coping with that. Yeah. But life moves on. Can't live in the past forever. You can think about the happy memories and reminisce and stuff, but there's no point in staying stuck in the past. In this lesson we will learn the days of the week. Let's preview all 7 words before we start. At first they may look like long words, but they all end in yobi, which means day of the week. Getsuyobi, Kaiyobi, Suyobi, Mokuyobi, Inyobi, Toyobi, Nichiyobi. I'm going to not remember any of this. I'm really bad with days of the week in other languages. Yobi. Obi. Yobi. 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 Getsuyobi. Getsuyobi. Yeah, I try not to trauma dump. Because all of that should be reserved to my therapist. I try my best to keep it as objective as possible when I talk about my past life. Getsuyobi. 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 What's my favorite game? Right now, I don't really have a favorite game. I'm a big variety gamer. I used to play a lot of shooting games. I used to play a lot of fighting games. I competed in fighting game tournaments when I was younger and before my accident. And I would compete at a really high level in shooting games. But right now, I'm kind of a casual gamer because I am currently freshly disabled, so I'm just enjoying games. But right now, I'm about to get on Genshin Impact after my Japanese lesson. I've been enjoying Teamfight Tactics lately on League. I occasionally play games of League of Legends with my friends. I've been playing the new anime horse girl game, Uma Musume. That's pretty enjoyable. Kayobi. Kayobi? Kayobi. Kayobi. I have a huge list of games I want to be able to get to. like Fallout New Vegas, BioShock Infinite, Rain World. I have a ton of games like I want to be able to play, record, and upload on my YouTube as like kind of just a raw let's play session videos. Oh, it's already throwing me on the deep end. I'm gonna get this question wrong. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yobi. No, it's Yobi. Okay, there we go. But I try to stay as objective as possible when I talk about my past and explain my life and how I got to where I am in my life. But because it's so brutal of what happened to me, it always ends up being trauma dumping. Did you make model myself or did you buy it from someone? Yeah, because of how my life ended up, I've turned to art as an outlet. Art means a lot to me because music means a lot to me. Big on music, and I used to draw a lot as a kid. So I have picked up the hobby of relearning how to live my life with my non-dominant hand, which is my left hand. So I'm relearning art with my left hand, and I drew my model myself. I drew the log myself. I drew most of the assets myself. This campfire I animated myself. I need to make my own background eventually instead of using a picture I found off Google. But I haven't decided the direction I wanted to take with it yet. Mokuyobi. Thursday. Mokuyobi. Kinyobi. Friday. I plan on updating it eventually. And I want to just try to keep it as a basic Fugi tech for a while. I don't plan on updating myself to be a rigged model anytime soon, because that's extra process power that my computer probably won't be able to handle. So I'm keeping it simple and keeping myself as a Fugi tech PNG. There are a lot of different future designs I'm going to upgrade myself to though, but right now I don't really want to focus on that until I'm in a more comfortable position in my life. Hello Plasma. Welcome in, Traveler. How are you today? Complete the missing days. I'm really bad with days of the week. But yeah, I'm relearning art with my non-dominant hand. It's very fun. I've always loved drawing, but I lived a lifestyle where I could never focus on it because I had to work like 80 plus hours a week, every week. I was never able to be in a position in my life where I had the just environment to just enjoy arts and crafts. I always had to hustle all of my life. But now that I'm fully disabled and I have nothing to my name and I'm living in the comfort of my parents' home for free, I'm able to spend time to nurture myself. Something I didn't really have a chance to do when I was younger. Spent pretty much all of my life constantly hustling and working, so I could never really indulge in what I wanted to indulge in. So I'm pretty much doing whatever child me wants to do now. Or using a ping. I don't want to be rude, and I know what you're doing. It's in my chat rules to not to advertise yourself, so I hope you don't drop that. But I also just said it, and I don't want to repeat myself. So if you missed it, please go back into the VOD and re-listen. And I'm sorry if that comes off as rude, but I feel a little disrespected with what you just typed after I just said why I said what I said. It's like 3 days of the week. Nyobi.
月曜日、火曜日、水曜日。
And a reminder to double check my chat rules before you continue typing anything else, because I would hate to have to click a certain button on you. Hey.
Doyobi.
Saturday. Doyobi. Doyobi.
日曜日
Nichiyobi.
土曜日と日曜日
Saturday and Sunday. Do. Wait. Doyobi. I don't know what Sunday is. Sunday. I'm gonna have to guess. I just don't know what Sunday is. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry to do this to you, but you're almost clearly a bot, or you're just not listening. So I'm just going to time you out, my friend. I appreciate you joining the stream and engaging with me, but it seems like you're not really here for me, and you're here to push yourself onto me, and I don't appreciate that. So I've timed you out. A lot of people come in here doing the exact same thing as you. It's not very nice to do that, you know. This isn't the type of environment to be doing that type of stuff. Please advertise your works somewhere else. Or at least if you're asking a genuine question about models and people's decisions for their models, please do that in DMs and not in a public space. It is not very, it's not a very human thing to do. It feels like a robot is trying to talk to me. And I would like to engage with a human. You learned 7 words in one go. Although they are quite long, remember that yobi is in all. This means you can focus on remembering just the first part of each word. You can also refer to the days of the week using only the first part.
月曜日火曜日水曜日
How's the Japanese going? I am struggling with days of the week.
木曜日
So they pretty much just want us to remember the first portion of the word for the days of the week. But I'm really bad with this type of stuff. Like, for example, when I was taking Spanish classes, I was really bad with days of the week. And I know there's gonna be a huge issue with me in Japanese as well.
月火水
Yes. Ka. Sui.
木
Boku.
金土
Moku. Do. Ni. Now this is something I need to try to find a way to teach myself how to remember. Because I know I'm gonna forget this a lot and I'm gonna struggle a lot. Arrange the words from Monday to Sunday. Okay, I literally just did this. I can do this. I immediately forgot. I cannot do this. Sui. Moku. You're wrong. Okay. I got those two mixed up. I was pretty close though. I was pretty close. But my memory is pretty bad.
月曜日火曜日水曜日木曜日金曜日土曜日月曜日火曜日水曜日木曜日金曜日土曜日日曜日土曜日と日曜日土曜日と日曜日
Doyobi. Nichiyobi.
土曜日と日曜日
Doyobi. Nichiyobi.
土曜日と日曜
Oh,
日
Nichiyobi. Arrange the words. Oh god. I mean, I forgot again. Ka. Sui. Moku. Ni. Do. Nichi. Okay. I feel like I didn't deserve that. I feel like I'm gonna screenshot this and I need to review this on my own time, because I am not going to remember this. Yatta. Alright, well that's the end of the Japanese lesson for today. A lot longer than I intended it to be, because I was talking about my life, and I'm afraid it might have ended up being too much of a trauma dump, but I tried to be as objective as possible talking about my life. And I'm just curious about how the direction of my life ends up going with how I'm currently taking my steps, because I'm unable to look too far forward into the future right now with how everything is going, so I'm just hoping that the small steps I'm taking day by day leads me to a very open field, a nice green open pasture. Alright everyone, it's time to put the fire out. Once again, I'd like to thank you for joining me by the campfire. If you didn't know already, I stream a variety of games live on Twitch at twitch.tv/ravuna, ranging from gacha games, MMOs, and more. Feel free to come and join me at those cozy campfires and enjoy the ambiance. And that'll be all for today.